All right, welcome back to the TCI studio. Gavin and I talked this morning. We are both very excited because this is a big week of camp. Last week was a good week, had a lot of top prospects in town. This week we go to a whole new level with the talent that's coming in, starting on Tuesday through Thursday. Some of the guys coming for the whole time. Some of the guys just making an appearance for a day. Most of the one-dayers will be here Wednesday as usual. But it looks like we got a great group of players coming. I guess, Gavin, I ask you first. We'll start off talking a little bit about the receivers. Two big receivers, names that I know. Obviously, you know a lot of names as others. E.J. Williams coming for the whole session, I believe.
He let us know today that I'll actually just be here tomorrow.
Just be here tomorrow. See, there you go, real-time information.
So he informed us that today. It's always nice to get EJ back on campus. Of course, he's close friends with Justin Ross and Ray Thornton, so he's got a connection there. He's got a great relationship with the coaching staff. He's set to make his decision August 24th. Today, his father passed away, so he's doing that in honor of his father on August 24th. He's coming off an official visit to LSU this weekend. Has also officially visited Tennessee and is slated to visit Auburn here in a couple of weeks. So Clemson's going to have another great chance to get him back on campus, and it'll be big that DJ will also be on campus this week, and you can expect that DJ will be doing some recruiting on EJ.
DJ on EJ, there we go. So you'll have to stay tuned. We'll have lots of coverage about how his visit goes this week. As we get closer to that August 24th date, we'll figure out whether TCI is making the trip to Alabama or not. My daughter goes to Auburn, so that's a nice trip for me. Good excuse to go down there. Another big name that's coming, former NFL Hall of Famer, receiver's son. Talk a little bit about Harrison.
Marvin Harrison Jr., of course, the son of longtime Indianapolis Colts wide receiver and NFL Hall of Famer Marvin Harrison. He's a four-star in the class of 2021 who attends St. Joseph Prep School in Philadelphia. This will be his first time on campus. He's expected to be here from June 12th to 16th, so this Wednesday all the way until Sunday. So a great lengthy stay there. He's already spoke with us about his interest in Clemson. There's a lot of mutual interest, but especially on his end, he loves the wide receiver U. That's something that appeals to him from afar. And needless to say, Clemson's still gonna wait a while. I mean, they're gonna take some time as they determine their direction for the receiver position in the 2021 class, but he's certainly a strong candidate to eventually get an offer from Clemson. And if that happens, then he told us, in fact, that Clemson would have a great shot at getting his commitment and that he would definitely want to officially visit Clemson if they gave him an offer. So he's already thinking ahead, and Clemson would be in good shape should they decide to pull the trigger.
Well, just so you guys know, I mean, you see some of these schools out there offering, rising ninth graders and stuff like that. Clemson's policy is they don't offer anybody until the summer before their junior year. This is the summer before Harrison's junior year, so they certainly could offer him while he's here on campus. They could wait a little bit, but definitely one to watch for an offer. Now I know DJ's coming, as you mentioned, Gavin. I mean, this is where things are amazing. Clemson's not just recruiting the kids around the South. They're like, oh, hey, let's take a look at the top guys out left coast, all the way from California. We kind of building a little bit of pipeline there. Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about some of the guys that are coming with DJ all the way from California.
We've got a four-star receiver teammate of DJ's and another receiver. It's going to be one of the themes of this week, but his name's Bew Collins, four-star. In the class of 2021 with a bunch of offers like Harrison Jr. He's got a lot of interest in Clemson, and there will be several more teammates that visit with DJ that have a bunch of offers as well. But DJ will also be making the trip with a couple guys from Modern Day Academy in California, including Jalen Davies. He's a big time prospect with a bunch of offers. So they're just a big group of a bunch of big time California guys as they continue to try to establish a pipeline there. If they can do that, California is very rich with talent.
Oh, huge.
Obviously, that would be huge. I mean, getting Ngata, recently getting DJ, and now who knows? I mean, the pipeline could continue.
California, Texas, Florida, Georgia, probably the best recruiting beds in the nation.
So power of the Paws never been stronger.
Now, Clemson's starting to dip into California a little bit. We saw them finally dip into Texas a little bit. So lot of stuff going on there as far as those guys coming in. Obviously, they'll get the orange treatment, not just from the Clemson coaching staff, but also from DJ during the week. Talk about some of the other big names that are coming this week.
Well, one we saw last week, a couple of quarterbacks rolled through to throw at the Wednesday session, and the same will be the case again this week with Brock Vandergriff. He's a 4-star in the class of 2021 from Bogart, Georgia. He's got a ton of offers. He recently named Clemson in his top 6, even though Clemson has yet to offer. He included Clemson in his top 6 last week, along with Auburn, Florida, Georgia, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. Many believe that Oklahoma is the favorite right now among those that have offered, but Clemson could certainly change that with an offer. And
might be waiting for Dabo to give that offer in person.
Yeah,
we could see that this
very
week.
well be the case. He's expected to throw on Wednesday, so that's one big name we'll be looking to keep an eye on. Also, another one, there's a ton of big names, but just to name a few, Donnell Harris, he's a Miami commit that'll actually be coming through to camp on Wednesday with a bunch of his teammates from Booker T. Washington and Miami. So he's one that we'll be keeping an eye on. Brent Venables actually visited his school to watch his spring game recently, and Clemson recently pulled the trigger on an offer to him. So he's a big time. He's a future 5-star recruit. So
that's what we need to write.
So he's another big one. We've just to name some of the other ones that are going to be on hand is Jake Briningstool, a 4-star 2021 tight end from Tennessee. We got a couple of running backs in the class of 2021, Phil Maffa and Evan Pryor. Phil Maffa is from Grayson High School. Clemson is very familiar with that, Coach Kahn. Evan Pryor from North Carolina. Then we got Ryan Linthicum, Brian Breese's teammate, 2021 rated as the #1 center in the nation for the 2021 class, is expected to roll through this week, as is the #1 all-purpose back in the country, Will Shipley from Matthews, North Carolina. We've got a 2022 OL named Blake Miller from Strongsville, Ohio, that's supposed to be on hand, and we've already mentioned one guy with a big time father in Marvin Harrison Jr. We've also got Brandon Buckner, who's going to be coming through this week. Brinson Buckner's son, former.
And do we know if Dad's coming with him?
We'll work to get that confirmed. He hasn't let us know. I think he's going to be making it with his mom.
Okay.
With his mom. I'm not completely sure, but we'll definitely verify that. But
love to see his dad back around the program.
That would be really cool. But the list goes on and on. Those are just some of the big ones. A lot of talent. Long list of big names that we're going to be keeping a close eye on and able to see and bring you coverage for this week.
We saw a number of offers come out last week. Expect the same thing, probably maybe even a little more to come out of this week's session, wouldn't you say?
You would think so. There was about 6 offers extended last week, and considering that there's going to be even more high-profile guys this week, that naturally the inclination would be would think that we'll at least see that many this week.
And Clemson is stingy on those offers. I don't remember the exact numbers, but some recent numbers on 2020 offers had Clemson under 100, and a lot of the other schools they compete with had 300 plus. So that Clemson offer means a lot. They're very careful with those. They like to get the kids on camp if they can, so they can see how they react with the coaching staff. That's one of the big differences in Clemson's camp and some of the others. If you're a linebacker, you're going to get to work with Brent Venables. If you're a quarterback, you're going to work some with Brandon Streeter during the camp. So the coaches get to know these guys a little bit. The high-end prospects, they spend more time away from camp with the coaches as well. So it's a good chance for them to build a good bond. And a lot of the big-time prospects we see committing to Clemson start that path by first visiting the Dabo Swinney camp.
Yeah, and even at a young age, like going to the youth camp, some of them, it even starts at that early. And yeah, Clemson's definitely takes its time with offers. And the one thing that we can see just when we get to cover the camps is that the Clemson staff, one thing that sets them apart is the attention to detail that they put into these camps, the level of in-depth coaching that these guys receive, and it's just different. I mean, these Clemson coaches actually truly care about making them, no matter from the 4-star prospect down to the no-name guy that's not going to have a future at the next level. They care about these kids, want to help them get better, and it's special to see, even with something that we can even notice when we're there.
Yeah, Dabo, I mean, you'll see him drive around in his little personal golf cart, but he'll go around to every single position group and just make an appearance and talk to some of the kids. And obviously, he spends a lot of time with the receivers. Sometimes we'll see him, and I expect this week we'll see him go in and kind of take over a little bit for Jeff Scott for a little bit, giving those guys a lot of individual attention. Obviously, that's his strength coming as a receiver and a receiver's coach. But nobody does it any better than Dabo and the staff. They've got it to science. They got Brad Scott over there greeting all the one-day visitors and taking care of everybody. A lot of the current players are out there working the camp. That's one of the rules that changed a few years ago. The current players can go out there. They get paid to work the camp, so it's another way to get those guys some money. And we see only have college coaches now. They can't allow high school coaches to work the camps anymore due to a rule change a few years ago. So you see coaches from Furman and other places around, which is good for them because they get to see some of the lower end prospects that Clemson won't end up offering.
Right, absolutely, yeah. It's a lot of hard work goes into these camps, and you usually see the coaches after this week's session, they'll be all heading off for vacation and getting a little break in because these 2 weeks is so much work goes in behind the scenes that we can't even explain.
Gavin's going to be ready for vacation too. We were all ready for one last week, and we still got to go round 2. That's just a little teaser for you. Huge week of recruiting coming up here on the Clemson Insiders. A lot of these top prospects come to town. We'll do some more videos for you guys during the week to kind of break down some of the guys that are here, some of the information we're hearing, so we can keep you on top of what's going on. As you know, Clemson's recruiting reached a whole nother level with if those things get confirmed during the week. But stay tuned to TCI. We'll provide the most complete coverage of Clemson athletics and recruiting.